This episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by FreshBooks. They fresh to death. Welcome to FilmRiot Mondays. I watched Harry Potter last night.
I did too.
I know, you were here.
Yeah.
You should go home every now and then, I just thought of.
I don't wanna.
Okay, fair enough. First question, how can I have someone explode a hole in my wall and walk through it without actually blowing up a building? Thanks. That's kind of similar to what we did for our Portal short, and we did a whole tutorial on how we did that, which you could check out right here. Little Hit Film did a whole tutorial on how they did that, because they did the effect, but you could check it out right here. What's been the biggest challenge you've had to overcome from the day you started FilmRiot till now? Balancing life and work, probably, because for the first, 5 years, there was no life to be had. I worked 7 days a week, about 18 hours a day probably, and that's not being facetious. That's literally, I worked about 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, and that was my average. So I had no life at all for probably like the first 3 years. Then I tried to start taking a little more time, but that was by, a day or two, I would only work 8 to 10 hours and have some free time. So finding a balance, being able to get the amount of work done that I needed to get done, but also have time for life and my family, so everything wasn't just passing me by and I didn't become some sad country song that nobody wants to listen to. You know what I'm talking about. So that for sure, but then also just doing it completely outside of any system without any, loans of any kind or investors of any kind. Just doing it from scratch on our own has been a real uphill battle, which is really made possible by you guys, but figuring things out as we go obviously is a really difficult thing to do. Constant learning curves everywhere. Why is everyone using images of black bars to get a 2:3:5 aspect ratio instead of just setting the sequence to wanted format? I usually do it because I'm mixing those aspect ratios within FilmRiot. We'll go from the bars to the full screen, so that's why I do it. If I'm doing something like a short film like Proximity or UFO Yeah or Portal Combat, I actually set my project to the frame size that I want. So I'm not 100% sure why everybody does it, but that's why I do it. What are your greatest fears while you're shooting a film? Thanks, Ryman. That it'll suck horribly and I'm gonna ruin everything and waste everyone's time, and then it'll come out and people will realize how terrible I am and no one will ever wanna watch anything I make ever again, and my career will go nowhere and I will be unloved and hated for the rest of my life and probably wind up living under a bridge with a really terrible beard because I can't grow one very well, eating rats. That would be it. Is it possible to watch an entire movie without post-production? It would be curious and nice. I actually have no idea, but I would love to see that, which is really the only reason we're adding this question, because if any of you know of anything like that, you can post in the comments below, because I would love to see it too. Hey, beautiful.
Oh, she probably didn't even mean it like that. It's probably like a joke.
So, no. She sounded beautiful.
I doubt that she meant it like that.
She did.
No.
She did.
That's not a thing.
She did.
Oh my God.
You gonna bring back those sweet Monday challenges? I like them, brah. I know we said we were gonna bring them back at the beginning of the year, but a new project came up, which we're gonna be releasing in March, and is gonna be one of the coolest things that we've ever done, I think. So that kind of put a hold on doing that, but they're absolutely coming back. I know we keep saying that, but they are absolutely coming back. We miss them too. We're gonna try to bring them back with a bang, do something really cool. So we'll be thinking about how to bring them back in a good way. But yes, 100%, they are coming back this year. Last question, do you think Leo will ever win an Oscar? Only good actors win Oscars.
I will literally stab you. Okay, so you were joking. All right.
I actually think it's his year, but I thought it was his year before and I was wrong, so maybe it's not. But in my opinion, he 100% deserves it. He was amazing in The Revenant. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, we all know that the Oscars are very political. People campaign for them. It's not just off pure merit alone. There's been plenty of articles that have come out that even talk about how that goes down. So I don't really care too much about who wins. I really like the Oscars for the celebration of movies every year. That's really why I watch it. If you're doing freelance work or have a business on the side or running one full time, you need to know about FreshBooks. FreshBooks is an amazing online tool that makes life way easier when it comes to invoicing, getting paid, and tracking your expenses. It's the absolute easiest way to get your accounting done super fast. Your clients can pay you online, your expenses are tracked automatically, and all the little details about cash flow are in one place. Using FreshBooks time tracking is also a huge help. When it comes time to invoicing, you're gonna know what you did, when you did it, and who you did it for. And they just launched a new feature that allows you to get paid upfront with deposits, helping cover costs of projects up front. You can even see the full history of any invoice. You'll know whether your client has looked at your invoice or not. So head over to freshbooks.com/FilmRiot and don't forget to enter FilmRiot in the How Did You Hear About Us section. So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion of the week. This one is Scorsese interviewing Spielberg. Yes, you heard me correctly, and you can watch it right here. So jump over and do that. They're talking about Bridge of Spies, but that's it for today. Till next week, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.